Okay, so now we're going to do some roasting vegetables. I got some parsnips going here. And if you see that guy's too thick in the middle, you can cut this middle hard bit out. It's going to help you in your cooking. But I didn't do it too much along the rest of it. It's not so bad. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to glaze it a little bit like I showed you with the other veg, and then we're going to throw it in the oven. So, a bit of olive oil. Salt. Salt most things, well, almost everything you salt up front, because it helps break it down. So we're going to put some water in here and steam it. And then cook that water out and finish them in the oven. This pan actually goes in my oven, so I don't know what you've got at home, but all these pans go directly from here into the oven, which is what is brilliant about them. So we're going to do also a bit of courgette roasted. Okay, oil. You can't cook roasting with butter, okay? Only oil. Even olive oil is a bit delicate, but it's fine. And mostly you start in neutral oil, and then you can finish it in the end with a bit of butter for flavor. Again, salt. So the idea is you get things nice and hot, and then you put it in the oven. So this, if you just put these in the oven from cold, you're not going to get the same result, and you'll see why. All right. So now it's nice and hot. We're just going to throw that in the oven. I've got this one at maximum, which is 270. It's probably too much if it actually reaches that temperature, so I think around 250 is fine, but we're going to keep checking it. Okay, let's check on our courgette. Don't forget to use your towel. Look how beautiful. Okay, so when they're in the oven, they're getting cooked all over, but they're also getting browned on the pan. So let's taste them and see if they're ready. Yeah, it looks good. Get a little bit more color on there. We can do that on the stovetop if we want. So I've got two different kinds on here, which is a little bit against the rules, but they're very similar in texture that we learned in the last preparation. So I think you're fine. Actually, I'm going to turn these down where I'm going to, the side that's not very brown, I'm going to turn them down. They can use a little bit more cooking. So I just turned them all down. We're going to put them back in the oven just to, maybe 5 more minutes and get them nice and brown. In the meantime, back to our turnips. All right, I've kind of cooked these quite a bit. So, yeah, they're getting there. We're going to cook this water out, and then we're going to finish them in the oven. In the meantime, garlic. Okay, I already told you we don't like garlic, so I'm just going to make what I think is the right use of garlic, which is just a little bit of crushed garlic. This is 2 cloves in oil. And as long as it's under the oil, it's not going to oxidize, so it's a much better way to store it. You can keep it like this. We keep it in the restaurant like this for a few days. Okay? So I've got a little pan going here. What I wanted to do is try some of these peppers. Just toss them in the pan. Here we've got these different colors pepper. Red, orange, green, yellow. So quickly I want to toss these around because they're very thin. And what I don't want here is any color, because that's going to give me a kind of icky brown flavor. So if I do it in the pan, by the time they get cooked, they might start taking that color, which is not attractive. So I think they're going to be better in the oven. All right, in the oven with these guys. In the meantime, parsnips. So you see how much we like vegetables here. And I'm going to show you meat and fish preparations as well, but what really you prepare a menu around seasonal vegetables, and people are really underestimating vegetables and undervaluing them. They think you just throw them in at the end and just throw them over here, but you start with this. You start with this. You can always roast a chicken. You can always make a steak. But this, if this is right, you've really done something extra special for your friends. So these are all cooked out. I'm just going to add a little bit more olive oil. And I'm going to throw them in the oven too. So let's check those courgettes. I think we better take them out. Now, if you're going to go do the barbecue or something like that, this is when we don't forget anything. So let's put 3 minutes there. So we don't forget to look at those peppers. Okay, so now our courgettes are all nice and brown. And just to give them a little bit of flavor, I'm going to use a little bit of this garlic oil. So you don't need to use any of the garlic. Garlic oil, not garlic. It's going to give you a nice flavor, and you're still going to taste like courgettes. Yummy. And courgettes are good with butter as well. It's just that, you know, try and be healthy or something. Yummy, yum. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice color, huh? So if I were doing this with those other courgettes, because of what we learned in the last lesson, I wouldn't cook them together because the green one has a different kind of texture inside. So the cooking time is a little bit different. These are very similar, the yellow ones and the green ones. You see, it's a little bit different, but it's very similar. The cooking time is more or less the same. These guys have too many seeds. They're bad. But they're going to be very pretty when we cut what we're going to do is cut these seeds out and just julienne the skin. It'll be very pretty for the color. Okay? So if you cook anything together at all, it's got to be very, very similar cooking time. But let's taste that. Let's see. Very nice. Tastes like a yellow courgette. You see? I could have forgotten those peppers, but I didn't. Let's check the peppers. Woo! Okay. You see, I haven't got any of that creepy brownness or anything. You see this color here on the edge? You can get that, and it doesn't do anything nice. But they're not cooked, but they are pretty. I'm going to just give them a little toss again. Put them back in. Okay, let's check our peppers. Nice. Okay, so they look soft, but they're not colored, which is what I was looking for. Just some nice, colorful dish that we can do with something like lamb. Would be great with these kind of peppers, or some vegetarian dish. Ha! Someone ate all the asparagus. Okay, so they're kind of, you know, they still have texture. They're fine. A little salt. Oh, but they're very sweet. Again, peppers don't really go with butter. They go with olive oil. A little bit of olive oil. This green one. Yeah, they're quite crunchy, but still they're cooked enough to do something nice, fresh, summery thing. Barbecues, lamb, any of that would make a nice little salad garnish. I mean, I really love to see a table with lots of different colored veg. I mean, here we've got, you know, all these nice things spread out on a summer barbecue table, and then you're just working on some grilled meats and things. Somebody ate all these asparagus. Turnips, yummy. All this stuff is great. Okay, so you have this nice array of colorful vegetables, salads, and things like that. Even it doesn't need to be like hot out of the oven. I mean, these should be kind of hot, but you know, they're going to hold up if they get lukewarm as you're waiting for the Barbie. Parsnip. They're coming along, but yum. They're not ready, but they're yummy. Okay? You see, bit more color. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some butter in there, even though it's against all the rules. It's going to give me a little bit more color and some flavor. Not too much. I love this butter. Okay, give that a little toss. Back in the oven. Don't forget to use your timer because this is not, everything will be perfect. I say 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, timer's up. Check out chopsticks. Yummy, yummy. Okay, looks good. Yeah. So you've got nice color, golden. Okay. Can you toss that?